Hey guys and gals, let's unbox and take a look at the F1 truck with RB20 and AMR24 F1 cars by Lego City Formula 1. This is set number 60445. The set contains 1,086 pieces, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. And in addition, the set retails for $99.99. And from what I can tell, it looks like we're getting just that. You're getting 3 vehicles, including the semi, and obviously got the trailer. And look, we even get minifigures. So what is that, 5 figures in total, and some kind of trophy. And here is the back of the box here with all the various stuff. Looks like the sides open up, and you can park your cars in to work on them. And yeah, this doesn't look too bad. Let's open this up and see what goodies are inside the box. Is it paper or poly bag? Well, let's find out. Well, now we know. And let's see here, anything else? Man, not really. Well, it almost looks like a perfect square. Alright, we got several bags, and they look like they're numbered. We obviously know there's 6 bags. And looks like we've got ourselves a flat tile in here with the race car. That's a keeper right there. Hopefully we get more of those. And here's the building bag. So let's open this up and see if that's what's in there. I'm hoping these don't have stickers. But they got these nicely packed. Okay, let's set that off to the side. Well, let me make sure there's nothing else in there, because you know me, I'll forget. And from what I can tell, though, oh, we spoke too soon. There's stickers. Ugh. Well, it's not too bad. And, well, we know how many bags are. There's 10 bags for about 1,100 pieces. So what I may do when I do the build, probably divide this up in, I don't know. I'll discuss that in the build installments. But there we go. That's not too terribly bad. And we got the stickers and that. Now, we already know how many bags there are. But are these like 1 bag or whatever? Let's take a quick look here. Well, that must be a 9. 8. Okay, we found a bulk bag. Okay, Lego, why didn't you pack this one loose if these are all in here? Did we forget something? Was it something that you thought, oh, I forgot to put that in the box? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna head over to my second channel, assemble this set, come back, and we'll go for a fast ride. Here's the F1 truck with RB20 and AMR24 F1 cars all assembled. And honestly, this is a nice set. So we do get 5 minifigures. We get 2 race car drivers. So we've got ourselves a pit crew and a guy who awards the trophies. That's pretty good for the minifigures. They're just your basic figs. They do have print work on both front and back. And they're really nice nonetheless. Don't worry, we'll take a close-up tour in a bit. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Here's one of the race cars. All the graphics on these are printed. And this just raises up, and you can pop your minifigures out. They don't sit in there very well. So I just kind of toss them in there and try to close this down. But that's what they are. And here's the other one. They're built exactly the same, just different color schemes. And they're nice, durable vehicles. I didn't have anything fall off on those. This right here is the fun part. Let's take a look at this here. This is the semi. Now, this does a lot of things here. Obviously, it's meant as a semi, but this thing does open up. So, we can open this up here. This is some kind of a driving simulator. And the cab does open up. It does have enough room for 2 minifigures. And in addition, this thing swings out to see the engine. Okay? Well, there's more to it than this. The sides of this open up too. That opens up. That opens up to reveal the inside. So you can open up both sides of this here. And Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I mean, that's pretty nice for what that is. And no, we're not done yet. There's still things to open up. Well, Jay, what else do we have left to open up? Well, of course, the back here. Well, this thing's so big, I couldn't even put it on my turntable, so I had to keep it like this. So here we are right here. And we got to move these out of the way because this thing is going to grow even bigger. All right, here we go. This part here does open up. First, we got to bring down our ramps. We'll just bring these straight out. These slide out right here. Just pull them a little bit. They tip down. Okay. Isn't that pretty cool? Sometimes you're going to have to really fight them. But there you go. It's so big you can't even get it on the camera here. Don't worry, I'll readjust everything. We'll just take a closer look at it, all this. And this back piece here does open up too. Sorry, my hands are in the way. It's just how it is. And the intent of this is to wheel the cars inside, so you can bring these in like this, and you can just wheel these up in here. You may have to help them a little bit, and you can just do this. Now, will both cars fit in here? Well, let's find out. I haven't tested that yet. I didn't do that in the build because sometimes I gotta leave the mystery for these. This one, it looks like you're gonna have to wiggle in there, but there you go. And it looks like we can indeed close that up. So this would be great for storage, for storing your vehicles in there. That looks pretty cool. Now both sides of this obviously can open up, but you could leave one side closed if you want, but I need to have extra light in there. And yeah, it's a very interesting vehicle at that. And of course these do come out, but you know, just snap those back in there. They just sit in there. There's no way to keep these in. It would have been nice if they didn't fall out. But you just have to help the vehicles on this a little bit. But, well, this is not going to do us any good. Let's take a closer look. Here's our 3 minifigures. And they do have prep work for the backs of their torsos too. Yes, I'm doing this all handheld now, so it's going to be a little shaky, but I'll try my best. And yeah, they're a nice set of minifigures. Well, we don't care about them anymore. Here's the top of the cab. Pretty simple. And we're going to start with that first. We're going to work our way up to the rear here. And this is probably one of the very few sets that I have that are just so long, it barely even fits my review table. And here's the interior of the driver's cab. There's not a whole lot of room in there, but 2 minifigures can sit side by side. I thought these were a new style of doors, but these are just tiles. So if you want to open them up, you're just going to have to take those off. Yeah, that's the only problem. There's the engine compartment in there. Sometimes I forget to open those up in other vehicles, but there it is. And this just sits right on top. Put that on. That looks seamless, doesn't it? That looks really good. And then here we have the little driving simulator. And they use some of these steps here. They're like the top portions of a 1x2 bearing plate. And that's what they use for the little ladder. There's the inside of that driving simulator. We even have an overhead screen too. And yeah, a minifigure can sit in there. They all have tools, so I'm not going to try it, but they just sit down right there. And there's no steering wheel, so they're just going to have to use their mind powers to steer it. And this does close up very nice. Look at this. And then this just folds down. That's seamless, isn't it? That looks really good. You really can't tell there's anything there. You would just open it up like that and bring this down. Not too bad. And then here's the portion with the race cars. And remember, we saw back over here, and I'm trying to get this thing to turn. I mean, look at this. This thing turns so nice, even there's no bumping into this at all. It's got 0 clearance. Or we have plenty of clearance. So these ramps here. And the cars just do back out. Not a whole lot of room in there, but they do have just enough in there. And I better catch that because I'm right on the edge of the table. And yeah. Oh, you don't want to go too fast. Let's say the fast driving for the race car or the racetrack. And these just slide back in. They do click in place like that. You can close that down and fold those up. That's really nice. If there's a way we could do that with moving vans, it'd be pretty cool. And then here's these doors. These do close too. You can just close these down. This one's in the back. But how dark is it in there? We'll open one of these up and we'll find out here. Sometimes there's really no way to open these upside down here. That's 8 studs of space. It's not too bad. I'm sure you could probably come up with some other ideas. It's kind of dark and gloomy in there. And now we can take a look at the race cars up close. Yes, that's printed. I mean, even that's printed. Those are not stickers. Even the rims are all printed. So this is really a good high-end set for what it is. I think whoever is going to get this, you're going to have a lot of fun not only playing with this, you can put this on display too. This is pretty good. This is more like mock quality than anything else. And I'm pretty pleased with the quality of the build. It didn't feel cheap. There were some things wrong with this set that I'll mention in the review. But for what we're getting here, honestly, this is not too bad. I mean, if you've made it through my crude review this far, yeah, I tip my hat off to you because you got a good chunk of the camera shaking. But honestly, this was a set that I looked at the box, thought, I'm not too interested with this. But it was fun to put together. Here are my thoughts. Let's begin with play value. As you saw with the tour, there are plenty of things to do with the semi as well as the race cars. And we had full access into the interior. And in addition, you get 5 minifigures. Here's the bonus. It can be constructed by up to 4 people. So just imagine you can take you and your friends, you can put all this together. You have a couple of brothers or sisters, or if you're mom and dad and want to put this together with your children, here you go. It's a good collaborative build. It's a good group build. So this would be really a fantastic project to assemble together as a family or as a group of friends. It was really cool. Build quality seems okay with this set. I didn't have anything fall off. It seems average. But once the build is done, it feels very solid. The only issue is with this kickstand down here. If you take the trailer off, it will tend to fall forward. Yeah, it is what it is, but for me, I'm going to look past that. It's not too terribly bad. Build experience was pretty good. Now, I'm not interested into the Formula One sets, but this one here had me hooked. This one was really good. Matter of fact, I finished it up in 2 days because I had other things to do. So if you're looking for something that's unique and interesting, this is it. Now this almost looks similar to the Lego delivery truck. It's built almost on the same principles, so it looks and feels just like that set. So if you have that one, you're going to expect to get a really good build with this. Now in addition, you do get a nice selection of bricks, so if you want to part this out and make something else, you can do that. It is even city drop-in ready. You could put this in your city. Now this thing is a bit long, so you'd have to use 2 road base plates or have a custom racetrack. But these vehicles here are 7 studs wide. They will fit perfect on a Lego road. So if you're interested, you could even do illegal street races too. But this one here, this one's got a lot of play value for what you're getting here. So my final score on the set is 9.5 out of 10. Just a little bit for the stickers that are in here. The main issue I've been having is scratched pieces. There wasn't too many, but it was enough to make the set feel used and cheap. Honestly, Lego needs to really improve on that because I'm kind of getting tired of getting sets that look like they've been thrown around a few times. So, but nonetheless, though, you are getting a really good build with this one. And I mean, it kept my interest. And I'm not really good at building cars, so this one here, I can even take this plan here and make something else out of it. So there's a lot of possibilities with this set. But tell me what you think.